this video is to correct the Social Studies Unit 6 review. You should have already done this review on your own, and right now we're just correcting it with your red pen to see which questions you might have missed. And if you don't understand any of the ones that you got wrong, go ahead and send me a chat and we can talk and I can explain it to you. I want to make sure that you understand what the correct answer is before you take the test tomorrow. All right, let's begin. We have a diagram here that shows a citizen and all the citizens' governments that he can have: a local government, a state government, and a national government. And there are different buildings that those leaders work in. As a local government works in the city hall, but that's not the name of the leader who works there. The name of a leader for a city is mayor. In the state capital, the leader who works in the state is the governor. Now, let me make sure I'm spelling this right. Don't know why I can't think of it right now. Governor. Okay. And in the national, in the Capitol building, we have the president. Now, he actually is in the White House, and Congress is in the Capitol building. Okay? All right, so let's begin answering our questions. Each citizen has blank, blank, and blank governments. So there are 3 different governments a citizen can have: local, state, and national. So that's what belongs in these blanks. Each citizen has local, state, and national governments. Okay, number 4. Why do governments collect taxes? What do they use that money for? Remember, we collect taxes to pay for things like firemen and policemen and libraries and schools. Those are all services. So they collect taxes to pay for services. All those services you get as a citizen of the area. What is one responsibility that citizens have? We know that we can't just sit back and do nothing. We have to help out our citizen and our whatever it is that we belong to. Sorry, not citizen. As a citizen, we have to help out our city or our state or our government. And so we have responsibilities. So first of all, we have to follow the laws. Okay, we need to vote. Make sure they know our opinion and how we want things to happen. And we need to pay our taxes, so they have money to pay for those services. Keeping your city clean. These are all examples of responsibilities that citizens have. Now, I don't expect you to write all of these down, but you should have written 1 or 2. Okay, what are 2 things citizens can do to choose good leaders? Well, we know in order to vote, you have to know who's going to be the best choice. And to figure out who's going to be the best choice, you have to ask questions of those people and find out what it is that they stand for. And of course, you can read about them to find out what laws they want to have and if you agree with the choices that they want to do. Number 7, what is the Constitution? The Constitution is a plan. That's a key word there. It's a plan for the U.S. government. Okay, it is a plan for our government. Now, I put here U.S. government because it's not a plan for France's government or Germany's government. The Constitution is just a plan for us, the United States. It's a plan for our government. Okay. Okay, moving on. We have to match the letters to what they mean. So the money that people pay to a government, what is that called? The money they pay, that would be C, taxes. Okay, number 9, a person who belongs to a place. That would be a citizen. They belong to the place, whatever they're a citizen of. So D, number 9 was D. Number 10, a freedom that government must protect. Those are your rights. The government makes sure that you are free to have free speech, to practice your religion, to be safe. So those are all rights to make sure that the government makes sure that those don't get taken away. And number 11, a time when people vote. That would be an election. That's a time when people vote. Okay, what does the word government mean? A person who belongs? No, we learned that was citizen. A group of people who make and carry out laws. Yes, your government is a group of people that are carrying out the laws. They make the laws, they carry them out, they make sure everyone's following them. Okay, number 13. What are some ways that your local government is like your national government? Well, how are they alike? They both have leaders. Okay, leaders that you vote for. Another way is they both give services. They do things for their citizens. Okay, you didn't have to have both answers there, but I want you to know those are two different examples of ways that they could be alike. What are some ways that your local government is different now? Local, that's your city. How is your city government different from your national? Well, first of all, your local is only for your city, and national is for the whole country. That's one way they're different. They cover different areas. Okay. On the next page, we had a graph, a pictograph. We needed to answer the questions based on the pictograph. Mrs. Tan's class is choosing a place for a field trip, and the pictograph shows the class votes. All right, there's not a key here to say what each check mark equals. So then because there's no key, that tells me that each one would just be one vote. Okay. All right, which choice has the most votes? So I'm looking here, the one with the most. Oh, that would be aquarium. Which one has the fewest? I can tell right here the least would be the fire station. How many children voted? So I need to know how many all together. So I just count up the check marks to know how many voted. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 students voted. Okay, Jack, Lena, Daryl, and Kay all want another slice of pizza. There are only 2 slices of pizza left. Choose the best way to resolve the conflict. So in A, it looks like 2 people get the slices and 2 people do not. How do they look? They don't look very happy, do they? I don't think that's a good choice. All right, in B, it looks like they cut these 2 bigger slices into smaller slices. So now they have 4 slices, enough for everybody. They're not as big, but at least everybody gets some. Do they all look happy? They all do look happy. In the last one, they just throw it away. So that way nobody gets a slice. Would that make sense? No, I don't think that makes sense. I think the best choice would be to cut it into smaller pieces so that everyone can get some. Okay. Some additional questions that I want to make sure you guys know before you take the test. First one. Who is the leader of each type of government? We have the local or the city government. Who's the leader of that one? That would be the mayor. Your state government. Who's the leader of your state government? The governor. And the national government, that would be the president. Okay, what are the three branches of our national government? I'm not looking for the buildings that they work in. I need the names of the branches that we had learned. Okay, so it was president, the leader. Now we need the people who make the laws, Congress. And the third, the people who decide if those laws are fair, the Supreme Court. Okay, give an example of 3 different rights. You are allowed to do certain things. We're free to do things that the government cannot take away from us. So we have a right to practice religion. That could be one that you wrote. We have a right for free speech. You're allowed to say your opinion, and they can't throw you in jail if you disagree with somebody from the government. We have a right to vote. Everybody gets to vote as soon as they turn 18. Whoops, I forgot the word to. You could have written the right to be safe or equal, to make sure we are being fair with one another. Okay, those are some of the rights that we talked about in class. And what does liberty mean? Liberty means freedom. What does justice mean? Fairness. All right, I think we answered all of our questions. I want to see that you corrected your paper with your red pen, and I want to see a picture of your answers with the red pen so I know you corrected it. Remember, if you get it right, it's a star or a happy face, so I could see that you looked over the answers. And I want you to practice the ones that you got wrong, study it, because tomorrow you will be taking your test. All right, good luck.